This is a quick one-over review of my new Omega Z-33 Spacemaster, which is part of the Speedmaster range, released by Omega in 2012 as a boutique-only limited edition. The watch itself is quite a large watch at 43mm diameter, with about a 20mm thickness to the case, which is due partially to the resonance chamber which Omega has built in so that the alarm function and timer countdown functions can be very audible even in quite noisy circumstances. The watch itself is made out of grade 5 titanium in a brushed and polished in some areas also titanium case, on a rubber band with a titanium deployant buckle. The watch at the moment is in the sleep mode, so I shall switch it on by depressing the crown, and that sets the time to 5:15 is the time I'm currently at here in the UK. The watch is run by a caliber 5666 thermocompensated quartz analog digital movement. To dismiss that as just being any old quartz movement really shows a level of misunderstanding or perhaps a lack of appreciation for the technical abilities of this watch. Omega has developed this new movement and it is brilliant from what I can tell. It seems to function particularly well. The watch retails around about £3,600 in the UK, which is about $5,500 on today's exchange rate, and for that you get a very, very well put together watch. The materials used by Omega are exemplary quality. Now, looking at this watch, you get a better idea of the standard that Omega has set here. The case itself is not going to be everybody's cup of tea, that's obvious to see. I personally think it is a thing of beauty. They obviously have taken the stylings from the 1969 Flightmaster, also some reference to the Alaska Project watches of the same era. It is, I think, about 55mm from the top to the bottom there, but the width is about 44mm, so tends to wear similar to a Panerai, I would say. I have a Rolex Deep Sea here, so you can perhaps get some idea and draw some comparison of the two side by side. The Omega itself is very, very capable of performing most things you would ever want a watch to do. First and foremost, it'll tell you the time of day. Now, by depressing the crown, first of all I'll reset the hands by setting in this marker at the 8 o'clock position. Now the hands reset to the time. By turning the dial, or by depressing the dial, I can work through the various functions. Like that, for example, tells you it's day number 232, week number 33. That's a chrono that you can set running and reset there. Similar to most chronos, the 2 o'clock and the 4 o'clock position for running and resetting. You have also flight counters. Personally, I haven't got my own plane or my own pilot's license, so that won't be getting too much use. You have a timer which you can set. Let me just show you that, and perhaps I'll use that also to demonstrate the volume levels. So the timer, I've got it set, hold on, time 1, time 2, we'll move to the timer function, chrono, timer, so I'll depress that button there, pull out the crown. You see the first 2 digits start flashing. Now that's if I wanted to time something that was in hours. I push that again, the second set of digits start flashing. So I would turn the crown to set minutes. Now the third set of numbers start flashing when I press the 2 o'clock position again. And I turn the crown and you can see the numbers going around there. So I'll set it to 10 seconds. And 9 seconds, should we say. Push the button back in and that resets the time. And that's at 9 seconds now, so if I want to run the timer, press the 2 o'clock and that starts counting down. At 5 seconds it'll start beeping. There we go. And you can see the resonance chamber at the back is part of the reason why it is such an effective alarm. You can see the vent holes there. The watch is waterproof to 100 meters, so perfectly fine for washing your hands, showering, also going in the pool I would imagine. But like I say, you've seen my deep sea for all the wet work. So, pushing the stopper there, and that gives us the time zones, GMT setting. I have an alarm that you can also set in a similar way. Basically, the watch does everything you could ever want. It has a great futuristic case shape, and the retro styling is something that's either going to appeal or it isn't going to appeal. For me personally, loved the watch as soon as I saw it, and I have been enjoying this Omega Z-33 a lot. It's a very light watch, as I say. The titanium case belies the size of the watch when you pick it up. It does feel a little bit like there's not quite as much gravitational pull on it, but maybe that's the little boy astronaut in me. So that's my Z-33. I'll show you the clasp. Opens by pushing in the 2 buttons on the side there. It's also a titanium clasp. Great looking timepiece. As I say, you can move the hands out of the way even though they're skeletonized to have a look at it, and then work your way through the functions. If you want to keep the watch in the safe for a while, or you're not wearing it for whatever reason, you can push in the 10 o'clock and the 4 o'clock chrono pushers, keep them depressed for about 5 seconds or so. And the watch will reset automatically into its time saving mode, which is that position there. You can put it to bed. Ready for your next space mission. And then when you're ready to wake it back up, you just push the buttons, off it goes, resets to the time, and that's the Z-33 by Omega.